these people, Screen Rant here, have lost the plot. Because they want Indiana Jones 5, which by all accounts is going to be a disaster of a movie, that some rumors, I'm saying some rumors, I still don't know if they're going to just kill Indy, but some people are saying, hey, they're going to go back in time, kill young Indy, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to become Indiana Jones throughout all the past movies. Because also there's an Indiana Jones TV series where Harrison Ford is not being cast in. Why don't we get into it, though? Every mistake Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny must fix. God, I hate that name. I hate Dial of Destiny. From racist and sexist stereotypes. Oh, so you guys don't like the old movies. If you're saying that they were racist and sexist. To continuity problems. Indiana Jones 5 and Dial of Destiny has a lot of Indiana Jones franchise mistakes to fix. What mistakes? We'll get into some of those mistakes. We're going to ignore some because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull doesn't exist. That movie was a disaster. That movie can just go off, decanonize, go away. Let's just not even acknowledge it. Sad thing is, Indy 5 will probably make Kingdom look great. That's the sad reality. James Mangold, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny must fix the mistakes and dated elements of the problematic Indiana Jones movies. What? What problematic aspects? Huh? Being fun adventure movies? Being enjoyable archaeologist discoveries? Trying to give America their own James Bond? Trying to do that? Is that what you want them to change? Fun, enjoyable action adventure movies. You want them to change that. You don't want us to have fun. You had too much fun. Alongside the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, we don't talk about that. The original 3 movies have their fair share of issues, including some Indiana Jones racism. That must be addressed in Harrison Ford's new flick. Racism? What are you talking about? What you talking about? Indiana Jones is racist now. Oh, well, what do you mean by that? Oh, they mean Short Round. They mean Temple of Doom. They mean all of that. You know, that movie's uber racist, and we got to call it out. We got to change it. We got to get rid of it. Following Dr. Henry Jones Jr., otherwise known as Indiana Jones. No, just call him Indy. The first 3 movies, see Indy search for ancient artifacts ranging from the Holy Grail to Sankara stones. We're going to ignore this part, alien crystal skulls. Along the way, he is aided by companions such as Wan Lee, better known as Short Round. Wait, his name was Wan Lee? I only knew him as Short Round. You know, the lovable sidekick in Temple of Doom, who had a father-son relationship with Indy, who actually had some fun parts in that movie, and saved Indy's life from being a mindless zombie that killed everybody because he burnt him with a torch. He was quick-witted, fun, and enjoyable, and we loved him. A young Chinese boy played by Ki Hoi Kwan, as well as several female love interests, including Marion Ravenwood, Karen Allen, and Willie Scott, Kate Capshaw. In Temple of Doom, Dr. Jones also goes up against Mala Ram Amrish Puri, a character who has been noted to perpetuate harmful stereotypes about Indian culture and religion. Oh my God. He was the leader of a cult that praised Shiva. Was it Shiva or was it somebody else? One of the... it's been a while since I've seen Temple of Doom, so forgive me on this part. He was a bad dude who a other village requested Indy to please get our stones back so we can be rejuvenated, because this evil cult that is killing people has taken them from us. This cult that is filled with radicals. These were not normal Hindu individuals. These were radical individuals praising a god, doing blood sacrifices. So we can't just have fun. No, we can't have fun. Guys, fun's over. Oh, well, fun's been over for a long time, actually. Indiana Jones is racist now. So, yep, nope, no more. No more. The more dated elements of the notoriously difficult Indiana Jones series have to be addressed. In 2023, the franchise simply cannot continue perpetuating harmful stereotypes about non-white races, non-Western cultures, and women. What? What? Harmful stereotypes of non-white races. We can't have fun anymore. I don't know what you're trying to say. So the old movies were crap now because they had racism, sexism, and all this stuff that you guys claim to have, but in reality, you're not actually addressing key points, key issues. You know, you're just labeling that because, oh my God, they had Indian people. So you're just slapping racisms on it instead of actually looking at the story, what happened, what was going on. Looking at the characters, because you guys are just racist. That's all you see. All you see is color. All you see is Vaju. You don't see anything else. However, while those social issues are vitally important, no, they're not. James Mangold's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, God, change that name, must also address plot, effects, and character-based issues, particularly those from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. We don't really need to talk about that. Outside Indiana Jones' racism issues, the fourth Indy movie has been criticized. We're just not going to talk about that one because it was stupid. Literally, I don't know how many people actually categorize Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as a legit movie. People only address it's 3 indie movies. There's only 3 indie movies. There's not 4. There's definitely not going to be 5. Everybody knows there's only 3. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull has been decanonized already because the fan base hates it. Spring like Tarzan during a chase scene. It's stupid. I don't even want to address Crystal Skull. Wan Lee's short round can be redeemed. Whoa. What do you mean by that? Indiana Jones 5 still has very few plot details, and there is still time for characters like Short Round and Marion Ravenwood to return in cameo capacity. Please no. Excuse me. Please no. No, I don't want them to return. And we already know some of the plot details. Well, all signs are saying that these leaks are actually legit. We know some of the plot details of Indy 5. Going back in time, potentially killing off Indy, having Helena, or Phoebe Waller-Bridge, take over the role as Indy so that she can go throughout the other 3 movies as Indiana Jones. That's what the details are pointing to. Though actors like Mads Mikkelsen, Antonio Banderas, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and Toby Jones being listed as cast members proves that Harrison Ford will be in a good company. Be in good company. Oh no, you're just more happy about Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Oh, you're so happy about her. Wan Lee's return would go a long way towards redeeming the Indiana Jones racism issues surrounding Ke Huy Quan's child character in Temple of Doom. What racisms? What things are that? I don't see anything racist about him. I see a fun, lovable character that I actually enjoy. Everybody loved Short Round. So what's racist about Short Round? Short Round is often considered a racist stereotype of a Chinese person, as he speaks in broken English and exists mostly to spout jokes about Indy's love life. He speaks broken English. Is his first language Chinese? Because remember, at the beginning of Temple of Doom, they were in China. So does he speak Chinese as his first language and his second language is English, so it's a bit broken? That's just common things that people deal with and things people just live with. That's not racist. That's just life. And spouts jokes about Indy's love life. How is that racist about joke? How is this racist in any way? Oh, you just think he's racist because he's a little Asian kid. That's why you think it's racist. However, the problematic Indiana Jones feels does demonstrate Indy and Wan Lee's tender father-son relationship. Yeah, because that's who they are. They were a duo. They were a team. Indy was more of a father figure and Short Round was the son figure, and it was lovable. I enjoyed those aspects. I actually enjoy Temple of Doom a lot. I think Temple of Doom, personally, is one of my favorite movies. I know it's out of the three, people say it's the worst, but I like it a lot because I like Short Round. I like their dynamic together. But that's just me. Particularly after Short Round. Well, actually, I do believe Indy calls him Shorty. It's been a little while since I've seen the movie. I need to do that again. Saves Indy from the voodoo doll attack. Remember, he burns him to save Indy. Short Round burns Indy to save him from killing people. Short Round saved Indy multiple times in that movie. How is his depiction at all racist when he was a lead character? Oh, you just think it's racist because he's a little Chinese boy. With Ke Huy Quan returning to acting with his lead role in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I still need to watch because I've heard it's really good. It is not impossible for Short Round to return in this movie and be represented properly this time. What's improper? What was improper, Screen Rant? Oh, you don't want to say it. You just want to imply it. You just want to imply that he was racist. You just want to imply that it was a racist portrayal. It wasn't. You're just bigoted because you have low expectations for individuals. He was a very lead character. He had an integral point to the plot. He actually saves Indy. He was the father. He was a part of the father-son dynamic that you even point out, but you don't like it. You don't like him because he speaks broken English. That means he's racist, even though he's from China. The latest Indiana Jones 5 footage has people wondering where Moot is in Dial of Destiny. We don't really need to talk about that. Since Moot won't be in the Dial of Destiny, his absence would also make room for a young sidekick character that could be perfectly filled by Wan Lee. Oh, that's already being filled by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Thank you very much. We don't need to talk about Moot anymore. Who may have a complicated relationship with Indiana Jones, as he never joined him on another adventure after Indiana Jones at the Temple of Doom. So, we don't know what the story is there. You're right, there is a story there. What could it be? Could he have gone off to do other things? Could he be back in China? Could he be exploring other aspects of life? What happened there? You have a point. But that doesn't mean it's racist. You just think it's immediately going to be because of racism. Now, if it was being made now, it probably would immediately be because of racism. But there is a story there for actual fans of this material to write. No, they go into Moot Williams being reconnected. We don't really need to talk about that. They're mainly more happy that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be coming in to replace Moot. Nobody really cares about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's why I'm replacing it. The movie was a disaster. I only act like I like it and act like it's canon sometimes here and there because I find it as a funny troll. That's all. In reality, the movie was awful. I watched it way too many times because I knew it was awful, but everybody around me thought it was great because Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones. No, I hated it. I hated it. So we're decanonizing it. But we get into this part. Temple of Doom's racist and sexist stereotypes must be I can't read right now. Rectified. Why was I wanting to say recitified? Rectified. Temple of Doom's racist and sexist stereotypes must be rectified. What are you talking about? Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom is often used as textbook example of Orientalism. What? The process of Western artists painting a fantastical vision of Eastern culture to make it seem exotic. Ooh. I like things that are exotic. Dangerous. Huh? Or otherwise sensational. What? So, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Can I not show cannibalism? Can I not show this stuff if it happened in Asia? Can I not show those things? Can I not show cults? Can I not show things of that nature? If it happens in Asia or other countries? Can I not show human sacrifice, which I do believe happened in parts of India? I do believe human sacrifice happened around the world. Can I not show that because that's racist? Instead, that's actually things that happened. No, because that's racist apparently? Oh, go F yourself. Exotic. Exotic simply means things that you're not used to. Technically, take me. Put me in the middle of India, in the middle of South America and all these other areas and like the villages and stuff like that, not the tourist areas, like the villages and more the smaller areas. I'm considered exotic. Exotic is just trying to think how to describe this real quick. Exotic only means really different. Exotic means something that you're not from that area. You have a different look. You have a different way of speaking. You're just different from that normal area. Exotic things are good. It is interactions. It is differences. It is where we combine. We just note things. Something being exotic isn't awful. You just treat it awful because you think that thing's exotic. That means you're fetishizing it. That's all you mean. No, exotic things are fine. Dangerous. Some other places are dangerous. I hate to break that to you. If you don't go places and you're not properly prepared, you could die. Myself, I can't just go down to south of the border, turn on a tap, and drink that water. I'll get poisoned because my body isn't used to that stuff. Places are dangerous. That's fine. That's the reality of the world. You just hate that because you want to homogenize all cultures. You think that they're all equal when in reality they're kind of not. I hate to break that to you. Complete with a human sacrifice scene. Well, that happened across the world, so Temple of Doom. One note Temple of Doom's one-note interpretation of its Indian antagonist, particularly Mala Ram, stands in contrast to the more fleshed-out white characters. So, the bad guy, Mala Ram, being the leader of a Hindu cult praising a god of death, I believe, dealing human sacrifice to this god, magical, mind you. Remember, there's magic in this world, is wrong. Ignoring the other magical aspect of this, being the stones from the other village that was leading to that village dying. And Indy, who crash lands there, is trying to find a way home, is asked kindly by this struggling village to please return our stones from this evil cult leader who was killing people, parts of our village, and stop him. That's wrong? You had the contrast even. This also comes in addition to using the culture's food for ignorant comedy. Oh, so they actually do eat brains over there. Got it. No, because that goes with the exotic nature. This is different. We're not used to it. That's fine. It is comedy. It's dumb comedy, but it's comedy and it's fun. I'm not going to sit here and eat monkey brains. I'm sorry, that's not my thing. You're just bigoted with low expectations because you think they do eat all that stuff over there and that we should respect it. No. It's okay to say, no, I don't want to eat that. I think it's weird. That's fine. Having Willie Nelson be disgusted by eating monkey brains. Yeah, eating monkey brains is weird. For example, Mangold's Indiana Jones 5 must avoid relying on outdated stereotypes and instead offer authentic presentations of many cultures Indy inevitably interacts with. No, it's fine to use stereotypes. Stereotypes are fine. You guys use negative stereotypes for white people all the time. Stereotypes are okay. The dude was a bad guy. That's fine. Quit being racist. Quit saying we can't portray people in an artistic way, in a fun way, in an adventurous way. That's what Indiana Jones has been for a long time, and you guys don't even care. You just want to change it because you've hated it the whole time. One dated element that is not exclusive to Temple of Doom is the franchise's underlying misogyny. Say it as it's so. Say that you knew it was coming. Let's be real. We all knew they were going to say Indiana Jones was racist and sexist and it has to be taken down. That's why Indiana Jones 5 is going to be fantastic because it's taking down the patriarchy. God, I hate this. No, it was not misogyny. Women were treated fairly, equally, and had great points in the story. Oh no, but you're going to focus in on one point, one dark side of the story that actually gets explained in Ark of the Covenant, where Indy actually talks about it and makes up for it and points out that, yeah, he was wrong. Yes, people are treated equal throughout these movies, but you don't like it. No, you don't like them for one tiny aspect. For one Me Too style aspect that, yeah, I think is creepy. But guess what? They addressed it and they got over it. Raiders of the Lost Ark describes how Indiana Jones seduced Marion Ravenwood when she was 16 and he was 27, with her even noting, "I was a child." Me Too time. We got a Me Too Indy. Yeah, they addressed it in the story. He makes up for it. He accepts what he did was wrong. And they get over it. He ends up loving Marion. Granted, he becomes the playboy, the dashing, adventurous playboy in the other two movies, but he saves Marion. He helps Marion. Yeah, it helps show that there's friction there. There are characters. There's a history. We can build on this. There's things here. They addressed it and they move on, but you want to stick with it. You want a Me Too Indiana Jones. This creates a power imbalance that is reflected throughout the movie. No, it doesn't. Marion has her own successes. Marion succeeds in points where Indy fails. Marion is her own character. But you guys don't see that. No, you only see through power, through race, through sex. You only focus on those little things. You don't focus on characters. You don't focus on their development. You don't focus on what makes them tick. You focus on secondary issues. As Marion is constantly sexualized and used as an object of desire for every man. Yeah, because she was attractive and hot. Let's be real. It was a fun adventure movie. You got your dashing, strong dude, who in several points had his shirt open, showing off his hairy chest, buff chest, and kind of abs. But we can't have a sexualized girl for the dudes. Nope, can't have that. Can't have attractive women. Have to have uggos. Have to have Phoebe Waller-Bridge everywhere. Though Marion and Indy are portrayed more equally in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Willie Nelson also embodies problematic stereotypes about women, as she is portrayed as being helpless, hysterical, and generally annoying. Yeah, she was a fish out of the water throughout her entire movie. So what? Throughout all of Temple of the Crystal Skull, that's who she was. Not Temple of the Crystal Skull. Why did I go there? Temple of Doom. We start with her being a singer in maybe it was Hong Kong actually, one of those Hong Kong bars or a Hong Kong club. She is not used to this world that Indy thrusted her into. She is not an adventurer. She is not Marion. She is somebody else. Fortunately, Indiana Jones 5 has already taken a great step by casting Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Helena, who will not be the love interest, will be the side character, will be taking up the role of Indiana Jones if all those rumors are true, and if some of those rumors are also true, we will see Indy die and Helena become Indiana Jones throughout Ark of the Covenant, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Brainless Fighting, and I guess you could say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but who really cares? Yeah, make her Indy in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Then we can decanonize everything. This movie's gonna fail. This movie's a disaster. This is just Screen Rant showing that they don't care about past Indiana Jones movies. They just want to diminish Indiana Jones. They want to change it all. They want to make it their new thing. Because they're pointing out, I could point out probably better problematic areas in Indiana Jones if I actually tried. These people are just forcing it. They're picking out points like, Short Round, that's racist. Temple of Doom, that's filled with racisms because it portrays Indian people in a bad light. Marion, sexisms. Here's one line, sexisms. Ignore everything else. Willie Nelson, sexisms because she's portrayed in this certain way, even though, she's a fish out of water and not used to all this stuff. Sexisms. Yeah, you're not even trying. You're not going to Last Crusade where the attractive female role turned out to be a bad guy and working for the Nazis. Can't talk about that one. Nope, can't talk about her. Can't talk about how she used her femininity to seduce Indy. and ended up being a bad guy. Can't talk about that. Nope, can't talk about that. Even though that would probably be a good point. That's sexism. She uses her femininity to seduce Indy and get her to her side. Nope, can't talk about that. The last point they try to go on, well, before Phoebe Waller-Bridge is Helena, the secondary lead after Harrison Ford. Waller-Bridge is known for her feminist beliefs and her inclusive suggestions. Her inclusion suggests this film's representation of women will be far more progressive and realistic. Remember what she did in Solo with Feminist Bot? How she ended up being this droid that wanted to fight for freedom for robots? Yeah, I do. You remember the last James Bond movie? No Time to Die? I could be getting that name wrong. Yeah, she cleaned up the dialogue in that movie. Remember that? Remember the effect she had on that? She's coming in Indiana Jones. Welcome to Indiana Jones, Phoebe Waller-Bridge edition. It is not sexism to point out that she's an awful actress, that she cares more about feminism, inclusivity, and all these activist roles first, acting second. But she only does acting to help push the propaganda forward. That is not sexist to point that out. It is not sexist to say, hey, she's an awful actor and I don't like her. That is not sexist. That is not incel material. That is not me saying, I don't like women. No, it's me saying, I don't like this one. I like Marion. I like Willie Nelson. I don't like what I am seeing for what Helena is going to be doing, because that is going to be a disaster of a movie. Their last point talks more about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but I don't really care. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the disaster of a movie and is pathetic. But they do one interesting thing, and we'll talk about it. However, the most important mistake made by both Crystal Skull and Temple of Doom is that Indy has no personal stake in the Sankara Stones or Crystal Skulls. No, he does have a stake in the Crystal Skulls. He technically thinks some of his colleagues are being hunted down and he has to go stop them. He has a stake there. He has friends that are being captured. He has a stake there. But the Sankara Stones, okay. Like I've been saying throughout this entire video, Indy was kindly asked by a tribe, a village, not a tribe, a village in India to please go get these stones back for us. These were sacred stones of ours. They were taken. Our village is suffering because of this. Indy does that. Indy goes off to do that. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have a stake to do it. Why does he go off and do it, though? Because he's a good person. Because he's a good individual. So what if he doesn't have a personal stake in it? It doesn't matter what his stake in this item is. He's going off there to go get the stones to be a good person. He doesn't have a stake in a lot of the things. What they say he has a stake in is kind of weird. He is clearly invested in finding the mythical Ark of the Covenant, and the search for the Holy Grail is deeply ingrained in Indy's mind after his father, Henry Jones Sr., Sean Connery, prioritized looking for it over raising Indy. He has more of a stake in finding the Ark of the Covenant. I think a lot of people have a stake in finding the Ark of the Covenant. That's a historical find right there. Yeah, a lot of people want to go find that. What's a stake in it? Oh, it's a super powerful weapon that if the Nazis open is going to end the world. Well, the Nazis open it and they die. Yeah. What's his stake there? And quest for the Holy Grail? Well, he only gets wrapped into the Holy Grail because people ask him to. He finally gets to do this big adventure that he's been technically a part of since he was a child. What's his real stake in finding it? Again, historical find. He has an adventure to find it. Has to battle Nazis again. So what if he doesn't have a stake? It's not a big deal. He didn't have a stake in that. Oh, in the beginning of not Last Crusade, Ark of the Covenant. He didn't have a stake in that golden head. No, he wanted to find that to put out in a museum. So what? The stakes in what they are finding isn't important. It's the adventure that's important. As such, Indiana Jones 5 needs to make the Dial of Destiny personal to Indy, so that it becomes easier for the audience to invest in his adventure. Oh, you couldn't get invested in the Sankara Stone story. I could. I liked it. Indiana Jones was doing something good. Was doing something selfless. Might have been for a little bit of selfish tendencies because, hey, they'll give him a way to leave. They'll help him leave the jungle and get out of India. But so what? He still goes on this hero's journey through all these things. An adventure, fights a cult, and helps a poor, downtrodden village. Oh, don't point out those little facts, you know. It's racist. But I do think something great was said though on a round table about this article. And yes, I made this video a little bit longer, but I had to. This article here just shows that Screen Rant doesn't care, and a lot of these shill sites, these Kotakus, IGNs, things of that nature. Yeah, I go there a lot. Sometimes they have good articles. Sometimes they have an article like this that I get to tear apart. But it's also proving that they lost the plot. They're only now talking about Indiana Jones because Indy 5 is coming out. So they have to say everything before was racist, sexist, and bad. This new one has to fix that. They just keep doing it. They don't care about Indiana Jones. They're propagandists to try to say, hey, everything back here was bad. These things were bad. New one, you guys have to fix this because these things are bad because now we're saying they're bad. Even though these movies were critically acclaimed, beloved by everybody, and have serious, enjoyable moments. Take note, what were the movie that they pointed out the most? I ignored Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because most people ignore Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't really care about talking about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because it was awful. They pointed to Temple of Doom the most, though. Because and when they did try to point to Temple of Doom to say, well, that's racist, that's racist, that's racist, they don't point out that these were the bad guys, that there was some good guys that were Indian, Hindi, whatever you want to say, in a downtrodden village that requested Indy take on this task. They don't talk about that. They hint at the connection between Indy and Short Round, father-son dynamic. They gloss over that though. They say, yeah, there's a father-son dynamic, but it's still racist to have him there. But they don't really go into why it's racist. Because he speaks broken English? Because he's a Chinese boy? How is that racist? First language Chinese. Mandarin, actually. How is it racist to have him speak broken English? So what? This proves that Screen Rant and all these articles, though, they've lost the point. They don't care. They don't care about these shows. They don't care about these movies. They don't care, and they never have. But let me get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.